That's how that's supposed to work.
Oh wow, look at that, that works.
Bring it back down.
Look at that, just like the factory.
Welcome back to ShopDog-Garage. And here is how we got there. So, I printed these 3 at a time. This is our final pattern, and I did them in gold because I had gold and I thought it would look nice. So, we're going to go ahead and get these pulled off the rafts, clean the supports, which honestly it probably didn't need, but I don't like to print things extra. So, we're going to build up 6 sets so that he's got spares. Gonna play the game here, and one of the things that I need to do while he's working on that is look at all those holes and find a bunch of those little black screw retainers, because honestly all those holes are pretty screwy, and I don't want to rely on them.
Like these here.
So yeah, these little speed clip things. So I know we've got a bunch lying around. It's just you know, welcome to my shop. Gotta find stuff. Always working on whatever I've got time for. Obviously, haven't had a lot of time for the 67 lately. My actual job has been a little busy. So, got to keep doing that because, you know, we still got to eat.
You need food on the table.
Yeah, and unfortunately, ShopDogging doesn't pay anything. So, he's going to get started on that. I'm going to start looking around for those little clips. I think there's a whole brand new box of them somewhere. Might be actually being electrical stuff. So, ShopDog's wandering around enjoying this absolutely gorgeous day. It is finally beautiful out here. It's spring. I'm sure you noticed my voice is a little stuffy because it's spring and all the plants are trying to kill me. So, you know, that happens. Anyway, welcome. And as you pull them off the brim, I only use 1mm support ends, so those clean up almost by themselves. And then, because they're not even going to be visible, probably 10 seconds on the death wheel, and those will clean right up. In very industrious form, they're in here, not using chalk, which is weird, because that's normally what they use in upholstery.
I didn't know where the chalk was.
Oh, I wonder if the soapstone for welding works. Let me go grab a piece. I'll be right back.
So got all these cleaned up here. There were, you know, all those little legs, they're all cleaned up, ready to go. Make sure there's no slag in the holes. Yeah, these are ready to coat.
Okay, and I've been digging through and trying to find period correct style screws, which of course would be slotted. Turns out I got a whole bunch of them. So, I think that's what we're going to do. Although if I could find a handful more of these, I still might go Phillips, but this would be more correct. We decided to run an experiment. I don't know how well that shows up, but there's a little clip. So, I just heated up a piece of, you know, the waste sprue from some connectors and just passed it through, bent it over, because it's just a sample test. Of course, I missed where it needed to be, but I'll show you that in just a second. But if we come over here, see, here's this slot. So now, that'll slide into that slot. And if it was screwed right here, it can't slide side to side very much. The problem is, I missed. So, it needs to actually be more like right there. But that's just a measuring thing. So, we're going to try that on one of the actual ones. Well, I think we're actually onto something. This doesn't move side to side, and it doesn't pull away. So, if Kevin will pop that screw back out. Here's a screwdriver. Let's show the people what this looks like. Okay, so we took that material, I put a little hook in the end, slid it in there after it was hot, and then bent it over to grab here, and that'll work. Now we just got to figure out how to make that work with the felt. Alright, so Pixie's wrapping our first example right now, and you can see I melted that in, but we haven't bent it over because we're going to have a thickness issue with the felt. So let's do that at the last minute. Well, since we like that one, we're making a bunch. And as a video note to ourselves in the future, all we used for our distance for this, from the far side of our printed hole, was 1.48 inches. and then just scratch the line like you can see there. So just in case we ever have to make these in the future, we can reference this video. Okay, and while we're still making more of these flaps, Kevin's gonna go ahead and start putting the AC stuff back in. So to do that, why lay on the ground if you got a lift available? So they're gonna move it over real quick. You can see, oh, he's got her in skyjacker mode. So she's in 4-wheel stance. Gives them tons and tons of clearance. So yeah, it's a little breezy out, so hopefully they don't lose their list. God, the dog sled's so cool. Okay, and he's coming on in. Looking pretty good. Oh, that's a big car. You always forget how big this thing is. Come on. And a little bit more. That'll work. That'll just make it easier for him. Okay, so here's how those sit now. It'll take quite a bit of weight, because at that point it's solid plastic, but here you can see how that rides up and ramps over, gently sets it in, and then hits that strip. Oh, those are gonna work so nicely. Okay, so all three of them are on there now, and Pixie is going to see what she thinks.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, and the nice thing is, since these ends are solid, it'll bear a lot of weight.
Oh, it's slick.
Oh, this works, dude.
Let's see. Try that again, Pix. Wow.
Yeah, that ramp up, that's the thing. That's the thing. So she's making her 3 spares. Here's her cute little pattern. And you can see, and then now she's trimmed that down. She's got her final. So that if she ever had to make these in the future, she could. But yeah, this way we'll have 3 spares. You know, it's 3D printed stuff that we honestly don't know what the longevity of all of this is, so it's better to have some in the glove box just in case. Alright, so they're going for another ride. See how the AC works. Also, we did just drop a couple degrees of timing, because he did on very light cruise have a very slight ping. So I'm going to go run the gate. They're going to go for a ride, and when they come back, they're going to pull in front of the garage door on the house so that we can adjust the headlights, because unfortunately with this being sloped, that's not ideal, but out front it's nice and flat. All right, don't forget, when you come back, you're gonna have to move your car. Oh, that sounds so good. All right, we just adjusted the headlights. He's bringing her in. We'll throw her back up on the lift or in the stall. I'm actually not sure where he wants it. We'll see in just a minute. But boy, yeah, let me zoom you in. Sure ride's nice. Look at that thing. And he put her in the flat stall. All the fans are running. Everything looks pretty good. Try a tailgate. Look at that thing just ride down. Oh.
Yeah, that's nice.
Perfect. And she's got a bunch of spares.
Nice, even better.
Alright, engine's kind of cooled down. We never heard any this time, so maybe, just maybe, we actually got the AC to work right. Yeah, remember? We had that rag there from when we were working. That's a good spot to store rags, I guess. That I honestly think that's about all we're gonna get done on this week. Runs, drives, air ride goes up, goes down, car starts. Any pinging this time?
No pinging at all.
Okay. So, because he and Tori did go on a pretty good long ride, test things out. He said he heard some weird fan noises. We'll find out what all that is over time.
Yeah, 4 miles in on that.
So, yeah, the tailgate sliders, I'm super stoked with how well those came out. I mean, yeah, that's what a night and day difference that is.
We'll see how long the felt lasts.
Yeah, that's why there's 2 sets.
But the design works.
Yeah, the design is pretty nice. I think we got the right slopes. The felt may or may not be the right material, but we'll find out over time. The car just starts and runs and drives just fantastic. So,
Oh, and air conditioning worked really nice.
yes, isn't that nice?
It was
And yeah, I had them shut it down hot and just leave it, and we left the hood down, and you know,
leaks.
it just isn't leaking, which is literally what you want. You don't want it leaking. So hopefully we got that fixed. Anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe. What do we say?
Thanks for watching.